Hello, welcome to the Feed the Beast server being run by the Tesseract people. Apparently everyone's decided to start talking on Skype the moment I start recording. I'm very sorry for that. This is my home on Feed the Beast. As you can probably tell from the minimap, we're underground. This is my teleport room. Things on this side go to other worlds. Things on this side pop around between the server. I've only actually got to elemental, to a village and to my farm. That's actually just over there. It's just I'm lazy. I've got my little apiary in here with direct view to the sunlight up there because the bees are incredibly finicky. I've not been doing a lot with it, as I only actually need things like the propolis in order to make waterproof pipes and things, so I've stopped collecting everything and just occasionally set them off when I need them. I've got an awful lot of junk that I'm not sure what I'm doing with at the moment. I've mainly spent my time on the server actually got stuck there, actually just building this really. It's made out of two readily available to me woods. One is the birch. I've got a farm for that downstairs, and the redwood trees, there's a ton of them out on the shore, and so I just send my turtles to chop one down occasionally. And so this is a storage room. If I can't be bothered with stealing of everything, I just shove it in these ones when I get back, and then when I can be bothered I smelt them up and deal with them. These two I'm not really sure what to do with at the moment, hence why their secondary containers are empty. And I have far too much cobblestone at the moment because I can't work out what to do with it. This is an unlimited energy setup that isn't really very big at the moment, doesn't do a lot, but for the amount of energy I actually use is plenty. It runs on this netherrack here, which gets fed into this crucible. It turns it into magma. That then comes up here, gets converted. That just means that there's some energy left in it. It can hold an awful lot of buckets of lava at once. Often it's got several in it, but you can't actually see the level because the grid's not able to go as low as that. And that just keeps this topped up. When it needs to, just flick the switch, everything starts moving, creating more power. Then I've got a type of furnace here, which smelts things with the sand, which creates a slag which can create the rock wool. Very useful as it's a fireproof wool then, and you can dye it, and then if you've got surplus left over you can dye it to a different colour. Still working on the roof. This is actually made out of wool, as I've only ever found one cocoa bean, so I've dyed the sheep rather than trying to hope I get more cocoa beans to finish it off. And then the pulverizer, you put a piece of ore in, it turns it into two, rather like the macerator, but several of the ores have a 5% chance of creating extra dusts, so those that can be done like that, it's worthwhile doing in there. Otherwise I shove them in this macerator. Diamonds, redstone, lapis, things like that go in this one, and then anything that I want to smelt that doesn't normally go in that one, because not everything's willing to smelt in that, goes in this one. And then my extractor and my compressor as well. I have been using elementals, figured I should actually have my own for the odd time I need them. I don't actually need these torches anymore. The lights in the floor actually create enough light that no monsters can spawn in the area. These lights are more powerful. They create the light all the way to the edge of the room at a constant level, and then start to decrease after that, which in all the main rooms then there's more lighting, so you never actually see the decrease. My very small potato farm creates plenty of potatoes for me. There's a world anchor in this house, so every time that I harvest it all, by the time I come back it's all back again. There's quite a lot of dead space on this floor, but I think I'm going to leave it that way. This is my rubber tree farm. All three developed not on the same side, so instead of having a fourth tree I've just left it open as access. I'll probably just convert that to a brick at some point when I actually finish decorating this room. The walls are done, but the ceiling and the floor need to be done. Again, this floor is actually being worked on. And then we have my tree farm. The odd sapling won't flow if it lands there or it lands on the bricks, but by the end of the day I still have a surplus of saplings hiding in here, which just pop into here. And then when that sapling number gets down to 1, the program turns off. If it runs out of fuel, there's still issues, but I can't bother to add a fuel level check to the lines of code. So when a sapling grows, when it's turned to it, it will chop it down, plant the new sapling, and then continue waiting for something to grow. So quite useful. I say it's efficient enough that I've got surplus of saplings, so I'm not too worried about actually working out a water flow that can take out all these extra bricks. 1 second. Let those just flow down. There's an obsidian pipe feeding everything that gets to it into there. As you can see, still a lot of decorating to do. Every floor now I believe has all the walls done, just not the ceilings and floors, because those are requiring a lot more materials. Now if we hop down all the way, I'll just show you my mining operation. I'm slowly decorating these channels in all 4 directions, so that no matter where you are in this mine you can always see how to get back to the center, because if people visit they might not have a book. And so that's just slowly being done. There's a shape that's slowly forming of these single blocks, so that eventually you'll be able to see all the way through once all the tunnels are dug. And then I'm probably going to actually excavate all of these at some point and have a giant room down here. It will actually be taller than this when it's done as well. I'm planning on setting the turtle off higher, but for the moment it's doing it just on this level, so that I can just keep track of everything, make sure I get all the ores I want and things, and make sure all the torches are placed, as there are torches down every single channel. But don't actually have all the need for everything that I can dig out here, so I'm just leaving it alone. I've just been placing these in case I've left a dark spot anywhere. So if we just flick back up to the surface quickly, there we go. I'm assuming that's a visual bug, as they are meant to be on those shelves. They're friendly turrets. If you keep placing it and breaking a turret often enough, you should eventually get a friendly turret. And for some reason this one is shooting all the way through here. Not quite sure, it seems to have just managed to perfectly hit the gap between the blocks. But for the moment everything I need is in this base. Try not to... Yep, not hitting them, they're definitely not there. If we go and visit the farm quickly, this is my collection of cows. I put wheat in here, they breed, I then slaughter them all, just mainly to make linking books. This is a feeding box. If you put wheat in there, every 2 wheat you get a baby from eventually. Just saves the effort of actually doing everything yourself. Same setup over here with the sheep. Set up with brown sheep at the moment in order that I can get my roofing all done, and then we have the farm here for the ducks. I'm thinking of adding an obsidian pipe and a chest here just so that the eggs sort themselves out, but these chunks are only loaded when I'm over here with the animals anyway, so there aren't actually that many eggs at a time. I don't have much need for them, it's mainly just an in case. Always having a lag spike around there. I've been slowly cactusing up the shore around here. Eventually it will be on all the shores visible. It's mainly so I can mess around out here and not have to worry about getting hit by any mobs, and also I just like the idea of having some sort of natural defences from a role-playing side, even though it's pretty much unnecessary, as this basically acts like a force field as mobs can't swim down. These are so that the beehives can actually work. For some reason you can't see the beehives from above. Didn't know about that. But yes, that is the base. There we go, they're behaving again. This section here is pretty obsolete. The tables are useful, but the furnaces aren't anymore. But I can't bother to destroy it all. My little computing section. I am planning on actually updating one of the rooms at some point to have a monitor room, so you can mess around with that. But if I take you over to Elementals, you can see he's actually done a lot more with the computers than I have. So it'll just give you an idea of things that you can do with them. Not sure why there are these purple particles everywhere. They've appeared today, and I'm really not sure what's causing them. I thought they might be the RAF lamps, but they're here as well. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Crystal chests, they're useful but can cause lag, so I've not converted my diamond one up. I think I'm going to just keep to a maximum of diamond. As you can see, one of the things you can do around here, I'm not sure what these are, but they're some sort of screen. They let you know the things you program them to, or they can just have set messages on them. However, the interesting thing is this room here. If you type in what you want here, for example, there, it will start playing, and you've got the equalizer there. I'm not going to stay here very long, because I don't know where I stand on a copyright place. This is an automated pumpkin pie farm, so I've got a chest full of pumpkin pie that I was given, which I will actually start eating through once I've run out of this section of potato. I'm going to get out of here as I'm apparently having problems here. Written on the wall in Elvish is the name of this place. I can't remember what he said it was, but it basically stands for constructed cave of some sort. His mine is down here, only accessible by jetpack. I'm not sure what these rooms are, that I haven't actually explored them while he's been on to find out. So if we just head back home a second, I'm going to be starting a bit of an experiment, as we're planning on creating a new map soon when the updates come out. I think we're going to keep this one going as our main houses, but have a new world available for all the new ores and things that will exist. So I'm going to go find a nice location to start up the testing that I want to do, and then I will join you again once I've got somewhere with that. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I've just gone a little bit away from my house. It's literally just over there. Ignore the number, that's actually someone else's house. And so this is a hole I'm planning on making in the ocean. The actual project this is just a bit of practice for is much bigger. It's several hundred blocks wide, and so it's going to basically need the entire desert I've been getting the sand from being dug up, or an awful lot of patience in order to lay all the sand, dig up all the sand each time as I slowly expand and make out the area that I'm looking for. The boundary is because whatever shape you actually want usably dug out of the ocean, you do need one block extra all the way around in order to hold the water back. It's not actually going to still be here, this border, once I'm done, but is required as part of the process. So the next job is actually to dig down and take out all this sand that I've placed. Now the gravel actually is useful with that, because it will let me know when I've dug down, oh dear, as far as I can. Then I'm planning on using a torch for the rest of the way, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. So I'm just going to get myself out of that a second, see if I can land down there successfully. Nope, I'm going to have to relog. I think her block's still there. Be right back. Okay, so hopefully that's dealt with that. Yep, there's a block there. A couple of blocks, problem with efficiency. Right, so you want to remove everything that's the sand. The gravel wants to stay for the moment, so I'm going to do that and then get back to you. Okay, having dug out the sand, I've just realised I've made a huge mistake using gravel. It's not actually going to work for the project, so I'm going to just extend everything by one more in order to deal with that, as if I take out any of the gravel now, I'm going to flood the hole, which will be a lot more work to clear up once everything's finished. So I will get back to you once I've created another layer and taken out the gravel. So see you in a bit longer. Okay, so this is now the bit that actually makes this all work. Now, it's worked in single player testing, so it should continue to work. Is that you always remove the blocks from the bottom first, and then they should not flow inside. Here, if you accidentally remove a block from further up, it will start flooding the place, and you should just then be able to remove every single section without any problems. If I just do this couple, it'll show you. So as you can see, no water flowing inside, which normally it would, so this should now leave me with a hole in the ocean. So I'm going to go get an axe, take out all these sides, and then get back to you all. So I'll see you when it's done, and then I'll start decorating it and just get back to you to finish off this video. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright, as you can see, the wood has gone. I've been waiting for the rainstorm to end before I actually finish filming, so there's plenty of light, so I couldn't be bothered to wait for the sun to get over the middle. As you can see, I've turned it into a little bit of a garden down here, and this is the basic idea behind my next project. As I said, I've just got to wait for the server to create a new world before I actually build it. The design is already pretty much done. There's a few things that I'm going to do once I've built the majority of it, because I want them to look really good, and so I don't want to try designing them on paper, and I also just want to sort of enjoy the surprise myself as to what the final project looks like. So that's the basic idea, and hopefully it won't be too long until I can show you the final design that I've got in mind. So I'll say goodbye, and I will see everyone in a bit with whatever I next upload. Hopefully it'll be something from the Fesseract server, as I do need to actually get on with that video tour of my things there, and it's a lot more exciting than what I've so far done on this server. So I'll see you then. Bye!